Well, what a coincidence, my friends. Every single thing that the Most High has been showing us, that I've been relaying, that you ain't wanted to believe, is told in high detail. That's going to, and it's everything that, like I just said, that I've been shown, that I've been trying to tell you guys about, that you don't want to believe. Every bit of it, plus more than more than you can stand. More confirmation of everything we've been saying, to the point you ain't gonna be able to stand it, has been written down here in the book of Enoch. I'm not going to read it all to you right now. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. I'm just going to show you a few of the things, and I can I'm going to tell you right now, give you a heads up, a warning. You're not going to like it. You're not going to like it very much. Before I show you them few things, though, let me tell you how this came about. It's just like everything else. This is how it's happening, and you're going to see how it's happening. You're going to see why it's been given to me. You're going to see why you don't want to hear it. You're going to see what's going to happen to you for not wanting to hear it. And you ain't going to like it. I can tell you right now. I've mentioned a few times that there was probably some good news of the rain in Enoch. I've mentioned it a few times, but ever since I've seen this good news, I've never really came to Enoch and read it. And I used to have a Sefer, and every once in a while I would dip into Enoch, and I knew like that there was things about the firmament and stuff like that in there, but I just really didn't know about it. And I've heard people say that the version of Enoch, I've heard scholars say that the version of Enoch we read ain't, that it's fictitious, that it's not the real version of Enoch, right? So I've always had that in the back of my mind. Well, after I made that video I just put up last night, I was waiting for it to publish, and I was laying in bed, and I was thinking about Enoch, and I was like, well, because I done read 2nd Esdras. I went and looked through Jubilees, but not thoroughly. There's probably stuff in there too. So I went and looked at Enoch, and I was reading the first few chapters, and just to keep it real 100 with you, after like the 3rd chapter, I was thinking, yeah, whoever said that was a fake, that this was fictitious, they were probably right. This ain't real. This ain't gonna tell me, give me confirmation. That's what I was saying. And by the time I got to about the 5th chapter, I was like, oh, wait. Oh, hold on a second. What's this? Look right here. Down here at verse 81, chapter 88. And that house was made large and wide, a lofty tower being built upon it by the sheep, for the Lord of the sheep. The house was low, but the tower was elevated and very high. Then the Lord of the sheep stood upon that tower, and caused a full table to approach before him. Again I saw that those sheep wandered and went various ways, forsaking that their house, and that their Lord called to some among them whom he sent to them. But these the sheep began to kill, and one of them was saved from slaughter. He leaped and cried out against those who were desirous of killing him. But the Lord of the sheep delivered him, from their hands, and made him ascend to him and remain with him. He sent also many others to testify to them, and with lamentations to exclaim against them. Again I saw when some of them forsook the house of their Lord and his tower, wandering on all sides and growing blind. Again they began to build as before, and raised up that tower which was called a lofty tower. And again they began to place before the tower a table with every impure and unclean kind of bread upon it. Moreover also all the sheep were blind and could not see, as were the shepherds were likewise. I also saw that the Lord of the sheep produced a new house, great and loftier than the former, which he bounded by the former circular spot. But in those days, blessed shall be to whom the word of wisdom is delivered, who point out and pursue the path of the Most High, who walk in the way of righteousness, and who act not impiously with impious. Woe to you who despise the extent of the everlasting inheritance of your fathers, while your souls follow after idols, for to you there shall be no tranquility. Woe to them who commit iniquity and give aid to blasphemy, who slay their neighbor until the day of great judgment. Woe to you who build your houses by the labor of others, every part of which is constructed with brick and with the stone of crime. I tell you that you shall not obtain peace. And what I'm showing you right here, it's just a tiny taste, let me tell you. And the sons of the earth shall understand every word of that book, knowing that their riches cannot save them in the ruin of their crimes. Woe to you, you sinners, when you shall be afflicted on account of the righteous in the day of the great trouble. Shall be burnt in the fire and be recompensed according to your deeds. Woe to you, you perverted in heart, who are watchful to obtain an accurate knowledge of evil and to discover terrors. No one shall assist you. Woe to you, you sinners, for with the words of your mouths and with the work of your hands have you acted impiously. In the flame of a blazing fire you shall be burnt. And this is, if any of you are thinking, and I'm sure plenty of you think this, that it's going to be okay if I am telling the truth and you just die, it'll be over and that's it. Hold that thought. Let me read this to you. And when you die, sinners say concerning you, as we die, the righteous die. What profit have they in their works? Behold, like us, they expire in sorrow and in darkness. What advantage have they over us? Henceforward are we equal. What will be within their grasp? And what before their eyes forever? For behold, they are dead, and never will they again perceive the light. I say unto you, you sinners, you have been satiated with meat and drink, with human plunder and rapine, with sin, with the acquisition of wealth, and with the sight of good days. Have you not marked the righteous, how their end is in peace? For no oppression is found in them, even to the day of their death. They perish and are as if they were not, while their souls descend in trouble to the receptacle of the dead. But now I swear to you, you righteous, by the greatness of his splendor and his glory, by his illustrious kingdom and by his majesty, to you I swear that I comprehend this mystery, that I have read the tablet of heaven, have seen the writing of the holy ones, and have discovered what is written and impressed on it concerning you. I have seen that all goodness, joy, and glory has been prepared for you and been written down for the spirits of them who die eminently righteous and good. To you it shall be given in return for your troubles, and your portion of happiness shall far exceed the portion of the living. The spirits of you who die in righteousness shall exist and rejoice. Their spirit shall exalt, and their remembrance shall be before the face of the Mighty One from generation to generation, nor shall they now fear disgrace. Woe to you sinners when you die in your sins, and they who are like you say respecting you, blessed are these sinners. They have lived out their whole period, and now they die in happiness and in wealth. Distress and slaughter they knew not while alive. In honor they die, nor ever in their lifetime did judgment overtake them. But has it not been shown to them that when to the receptacle of the dead their souls shall be made to descend, their evil deeds shall become their greatest torment? Into darkness, into the snare, and into the flame, which shall burn to the great judgment, shall their spirits enter, and the great judgment shall take effect forever and forever. Woe to you, for to you there shall be no peace, neither can you say to the righteous and to the good who are alive, in the days of our trouble have we been afflicted, every species of trouble have we seen, and many evil things have suffered. Our spirits have been consumed, lessened, and diminished. We have perished, nor has there been a possibility of help for us in word or in deed. We have found none, but have been tormented and destroyed. We have not expected to live day after day. We hoped indeed to have been the head, but we have become the tail. We have been afflicted when we have exerted ourselves, but we have been devoured by sinners and the ungodly. Their yoke has been heavy upon us. Those have exercised dominion over us who detest and who goad us. And to those who hate us have we humbled our neck, but they have shown no compassion towards us. We have been desirous of escaping from them, that we might fly away and be at rest, but we have found no place to which we could fly and be secure from them. We have sought an asylum with princes in our distress, and have cried out to those who were devouring us, but our cry has not been regarded, nor have they been disposed to hear our voice, but rather to assist those who plunder and devour us, those who diminish us and hide their oppression, who remove not their yoke from us, but devour and enervate and slay us, who conceal our slaughter, nor remember that they have lifted up their hands against us. Those people that you got all those fantasies from, they hate you. I told you the other day, they wouldn't wipe their rear end with you. Now will I point out a mystery. Many sinners shall turn and transgress against the word of uprightness. They shall speak evil things. They shall utter falsehood, execute great undertakings, and compose books in their own words. But when they shall write all my words correctly in their own languages, they shall neither change or diminish them, but shall write them all correctly, all which from the first I have uttered concerning them. Another mystery also I point out. To the righteous and the wise shall be given books of joy and of integrity. and of great wisdom. To them shall books be given, in which they shall believe, and in which they shall rejoice, and all the righteous shall be rewarded, who from thee shall acquire the knowledge of every upright path. For respecting these things, there shall be writings and impressions above in heaven, that the angels may read them and know what shall happen both to sinners and to the spirits of the humble, to those who have suffered in their bodies, but have been rewarded by the Most High, who have been injuriously treated by wicked men, who have loved the Most High, who have been attached neither to gold nor silver, nor to any good thing in the world, but have given their bodies to torment, to those who from the period of their birth have not been covetous of earthly riches, but have regarded themselves as a breath passing away. Such has been their conduct, and much has the Most High tried them, and their spirits have been found pure, that they might bless his name. All their blessings have I related in a book, and he has rewarded them, for they have been found to love heaven with an everlasting aspiration. The Most High has said, while they have been trodden down by wicked men, they have heard from them revilings and blasphemies, and have been ignominiously treated, while they were blessing me. And now while I call the spirits of the good from the generation of light, and will change those who have been born in darkness, who have not in their bodies been recompensed with glory, as their faith may have merited. I will bring them into the splendid light of those who love my set apart name, and I will place each of them on a throne of glory peculiarly I can't say that one either. His own throne, and they shall be at rest during unnumbered periods. Righteous is the judgment of the Most High. For to the faithful shall he give faith in the habitations of uprightness. They shall see those who have been born in darkness. Unto darkness shall be cast, while the righteous shall be at rest. Sinners shall cry out, beholding them while they exist in splendor, and proceed forwards to the days and periods prescribed to them. Now, there's plenty, like I said, and I've read this whole book. I haven't stopped reading it. I've read the whole thing back and forth. There's plenty of places where it says that the Most High would make their habitation, he would reveal their habitation to them in the latter days, and that the Messiah, the word, would be revealed to them in the latter days, and that they would go to their habitation, and that's where they will find their escape, their rest, and that all the rest of the people will laugh, like I was just reading, will mock them for saying it and for pointing it out. Tons of it. I'm going to go through the whole book. Hopefully I can find a better translation, but there's so many things that I've been trying to point out to y'all that is talked about in here. Like it was just saying that they write books in their own words, but all his words will be written down. I mean, they won't be able to, it doesn't matter what translation is made. The truth is in there, and you can find it. Like, someone could come to me and say, no, that ain't what this says. This is the more accurate translation. See, that book you're reading, it's inaccurate, the translation. And I'll agree that some read a little better than others, but they all are saying the same exact thing, no matter what you do. And you know what? This is what it boils down to. Whoever's disagreeing with this, think about what you're doing. You're saying, no, we don't have a home. We don't have a set apart place to go to. The Most High ain't gonna save us if we act faithfully. No, we're just doing this. This is what you're saying. You're saying, I want to die. I don't care what you say, David. You're wrong. I hope you die, and I want to die. That's what you're saying. And that's in here too. It says that the word destroys these people, and that you were seeing it in the beginning. They forsake their home. They don't care that they choose Chattanooga, Tennessee. They choose a bunch of nothing. They trade it for everything. And don't you forget it. You can say whatever you want about this book. When I go through it, if you end up watching the next video, when I go through this whole book, I'm gonna get the etymology and the definitions of these words that I can't even hardly pronounce. We're gonna get it all, and you're gonna see how it confirms everything we've been saying. And then you're gonna see, when you see that, you're gonna see that you ain't getting out of this. Just like I titled that last video, the thumbnail is the red and blue pill. And when I shared it in Facebook, I said, the choice is being made regardless of what you think. You're choosing whether you want to believe it or not. And you're either choosing life or death. And what I just was saying, everyone's saying, I want to die. And they want me to die with them. Well, your torment forever is going to be those choices that you made. You're going to know what you chose. You're going to know you chose torment when someone who loved you was begging you to choose life. And you didn't believe it because you wanted your cake. You wanted your Chattanooga, Tennessee. You wanted your cars and your jobs and everything that you even know deep down inside is coming to an end. You see the end coming, but you don't want to give it up. It's just like a drug addict. They don't want to. They're like they could look in the mirror and see they weigh about 100 pounds and they're dying. And people could be telling them that. And they might be someone that used to be good looking or something and whatever. They ain't going to stop because they just love that little buzz they get when they start their new truck, or when a friend comes to their house and they can take them on tour and show them their house or their toys, and all that stuff's going to be going through your mind forever and ever. It's promised. And what's so great about this book that I've just seen is that it's I've shown so much proof of what I'm saying. I've been showing way more proof than you could ever ask for, but it's that word of truth, and most people can't see it because they don't want to see it, and their pride and the cares and the lust of the world is what they want to look at. But this book, Enoch, it's straight to the point, and it makes it totally perfectly clear that you ain't gonna be able to hem-haw around with this. And it says that in there. It says that he would use Enoch just for that purpose, to seal the deal, to say, you want to say that Isaiah, Jeremiah, and all them were speaking metaphorically, or they were saying this, or they were saying that. No, this is what they were saying precisely. Don't get it twisted. We all know what you're choosing and why you're choosing it. We all know that you seen the Messiah on the front of that boat, and he came. We all know that he came to you and he said, hey, the boat's going to crash. Right up ahead, you see that rock to the left? When we get close, all you got to do is hop out over to that rock, won't even stub your toe, and you'll live forever on your throne. We all know that you turned around and refused and went down below the deck with all those people who were on their way to death, because that's what you chose. That's what you wanted. We're all going to know it. You're going to know it. You ain't getting out of it. And you're going to know that those of us who chose life, we're up here on our throne living forever and ever, while you're being tormented forever and ever. And you're having to live with your choice, and we're living mightily with ours. Yeah, so I want somebody. I mean, I don't want you to. I want you to come on and see this and come, but I know that you're not going to. So, being how that's the case, I want to see you come on and say, no, this ain't what it's saying, Dottie. Just go ahead, keep going, round and round. Maybe I can get you like a merry-go-round. Like one of those things they put a donkey on and they strap him and he just goes round and round like a millstone. Maybe we'll get you one of them where you can just go on there and just go round and round with yourself. And when you're in those torments, you'll say, man, all that stuff I wanted, all those people I wanted to impress, all that stuff I wanted to hold on to, it's gone. And now here I am. Number one. For real, number one dumbass. Yeah. And you're going to think about anyone who tried to bring you the good news. You're going to think about how you mocked them, what you thought about them, what you said about them, how you laughed and tried to convince them they were crazy. All these things. It's going to be a bad forever for you. So, and like I said, like the Most High said, don't get it twisted. It's not going to be a short period of torment, of misery, or even a long period. It's a forever period. It's never going away. You're never going to get out of it. I mean, the Most High made us eternal creatures. In the beginning, we were born to live on our throne. And it's not his fault that you didn't choose your throne, that you chose the crack of your behind to place your head. That's your choice. Now you're going to have to live with it. I'll see you soon.